Hello, everyone, and welcome to the introduction to the Suha Foundations training. I'm Madeleine Young, and I've had the honor and the privilege to be working behind the scenes, supporting Chris in producing this training. And it's been a really exciting for me. Like the first time that he told me about the concept, something in me really rose to it. Because I think like I really need this. And I have a sense of quite how much our societies need this. And then as I learned more about all of the different moves and the practices, there is this sense of richness. And I have this feeling, I see Chris as becoming an elder in this field, and that actually he has 4 decades of really, he's got an amazing mind and such a caring heart. And those two things have been driving him forward in amassing all of these gems of wisdom. And it feels like he's drawn them all together in a way that really serves. And at the same time, there's still lots of space within this, with the invitation that people bring their own treasures and bring those into the mix. And that feels really exciting too. So I'm really glad to be here. I'm really glad to see you all here. So thanks very much. And I'll hand you over to Chris.
Thank you so much, Madeline. And we're going to be introducing the idea of Suha moves, moves that support a shift towards sustainable happiness. And the first move is just called arrival. And I'm going to invite you just to arrive here now. And we're going to be looking at the idea that each move has a phrase or word. So we might just say arrival. That's something I say to myself. I say, Chris, arrival. And I meet and greet the moment. I might put my arms up, say, meet and greet the moment. So I'm just going to invite you to arrive in this moment, to meet and greet this moment. And we're going to be going on a journey together, whatever is needed to bring yourself into this situation. What helps you arrive at a situation where you say, yes, so here I am. So here I am. So here we are. I'm just wondering, what can we do in just 1 hour or slightly under an hour that will help this shift from a less satisfying, less sustainable, less socially cohesive way of being and experience of life to a more satisfying, more sustainable, and more socially transformative. What I mean by socially transformative is contributing to positive social change. So I'm wondering, what can we do in just 1 hour? And in terms of like, what could we do that would be more satisfying? I'm just going to ask you, what would make this satisfying for you? Like, here you are. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm wondering, like, in this time, like 55 minutes or so that we've got together, what would make you pleased you came? What would make you happy that you came? And I'm just going to invite you just to write that in the chat window, just so that we have that in the background. And there's something here about what helps arrival is also having a reason for being here. What helps you arrive in this webinar is just reflecting on, okay, I'm here too. That's what I'm here for a reason. And in a sense, what we're doing here is uh, just recognizing that our hopes and our preferences give us a direction to move in. We're going to be looking at what helps strengthen a sense of purpose in life. Madeline, I'm just going to invite you to read some of the things that you're seeing there in terms of hopes and preferences. What would people like from our time here together?
Okay. I'd love it if I could add a new strategy to my self-care toolkit. Connection. To experience Suha. Gleaning food for thought, opportunities for discussion and connection. I'd love to be better able to sink into happiness in the moment. It would be amazing to feel that I am part of positive movement by just being here. Talking over your message with one or two people. energy and creativity, finding peace and learning Suha, finding a sense of peace while living in a very stressful environment, sharing thoughts and feelings. I would be very happy to know that people are taking actions for the environment, new knowledge or understanding, some things to work towards, learn something new about well-being in these times, knowing that so many other feel the need for something like this, less anxiety, joining in with new folks for joyful outlook and positive change making.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sure there may be some more that come up here too. And what I want to just acknowledge is just take some of that in. And one of the things that really landed with me was the idea of feeling part of a positive movement just by being here. And there's something here about a theme of this evening is this idea of seeing our world in layers rather than pieces, and that there's the personal layer, but there's also a larger collective layer, and that we're looking at how do we promote a shift in our approach to happiness and well-being, and that by taking part in that shift in terms of our own lives, that will have ripples on the larger story that we're part of. So just in terms of the sense of where we're going this evening is that in this session, see that there's several parts, but the first is really looking at what gets in the way of sustainable happiness, exploring what can make our lives less satisfying, less sustainable, less socially cohesive. And I just want to here acknowledge that there are attacks happening on happiness and our world, and that it's the same kind of issues that threaten both, that sometimes personal happiness and what's going on in the world are seen as different things, different departments. But I really want to look at that there's some common issues that undermine personal well-being and also threaten our world. But then also after looking at kind of what are some of the challenges that undermine well-being, personal and collective well-being,